I pledge allegiance to the swag of the United States of Dang America. That's right, losers. Strap in. It's time to talk about Moo Deng. If you don't know who Moo Deng is, go ahead and click off this video right now. I'm only kidding. Everyone alive should know who this international superstar is. Moo Deng is a baby pygmy hippopotamus whose name literally translates to bouncy pork or bouncy pig. She also shares her name with a popular dish from Thailand, where she's from. She was born on the 10th of July 2024, and shortly after, she took the world by storm. Videos and pictures of Moo Deng becoming ungovernable have garnered millions of views across the internet, and visitors to the Khao Kheow Open Zoo where she lives have more than tripled since her rise to fame. But I think she's so much more than just a TikTok trend. She's everything. Her story is a microcosm of the struggle of conservation itself, and to me she perfectly encapsulates the good that zoos can do and how we as humans often fall short. Believe it or not, zoos are a fairly controversial topic. There is a not insignificant contingent of people who believe that animals should be free no matter what, and that zoos are essentially prisons. In a perfect world, I think they'd have a pretty fair argument. But I think you and I both know that this is far from a perfect world. In reality, zoos play an important role in conservation, providing sanctuary for endangered species that are at risk of extinction thanks to things like poaching and habitat loss. Accredited zoos across America and the rest of the world attempt to bolster falling population numbers by participating in the Species Survival Plan program, which, according to Scientific American, aims to manage the breeding of specific endangered species in order to help maintain healthy and self-sustaining populations that are both genetically diverse and demographically stable. Many species included in these SSPs are bred in captivity with the goal of being reintroduced to their native habitat. For example, there were only 22 California condors remaining in the year 1987, all of which were collected to be part of the captive breeding program. As of 2022, after years of captive breeding and careful reintroduction to the wild, that number has risen all the way to 561 in total, with 347 of them living in the wild today. Also, 2015 was the first year since at least 1987 where more condors were born in the wild than died. That's huge for a species that takes about 6 years to reach sexual maturity and has about 1 egg per clutch. Moo Deng herself belongs to an endangered species. She is a pygmy hippopotamus, of which there are estimated to be less than 2,500 left in the wilds of West Africa. And though the Khao Kheow Open Zoo is not officially accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, pygmy hippos and their larger cousins are among the 290 species that are a part of the Species Survival Program. Given that Moo Deng is actually the third pygmy hippo to be born to her parents Jonah and Tony, I'd say the zoo and the keepers are doing a good job to take care of the animals and to boost their population numbers. Not only are they doing well to accomplish their primary goal, but they're hitting it out of the park with their secondary goal, to raise awareness about the fight for wildlife conservation. To say that Moo Deng is on top of the world right now would be the understatement of the year. But like I said earlier, Moo Deng's internet celebrity status has been a double-edged sword. On the one hand, her meteoric rise in popularity has increased visitors to the park to record numbers. Those ticket sales will go to maintaining the zoo itself as well as conservation efforts in the wild, which is the reason animals are exhibited in zoos in the first place. The zoo is also selling official Moo Deng merch that will benefit the animals in the zoo as well as pygmy hippopotamus conservation overall. Unfortunately, these merch items are only being sold at the zoo itself for the time being, and with that limitation in place, other less scrupulous actors have stepped in to capitalize on the craze. There are the usual suspects like Barstool Sports, who will literally slap anything that gets more than 1 million views on a t-shirt within the hour, and the 1 million Etsy/Redbubble shops that are probably shipping these prints out on toilet paper. Needless to say, none of these proceeds are going to benefit Moo Deng. Even worse still, a lot of these fast fashion-esque products are probably just going to contribute to the further destruction of the environment. But the most egregious cash grab of all has been the rise and inevitable fall of the Moo Deng coin. That's right, crypto is back, the stock markets are up, we're never gonna die. Like most major pop culture events that happen these days, some crypto grifters have jumped at the opportunity to mint a new cryptocurrency to capitalize on the meme. These cryptocurrencies shoot up overnight as single parents and meme lords alike dump their life savings into things like Moo Deng coin, either just for the bit or in hopes of making a fortune in the blink of an eye. But more than likely, the only people who will profit off of this are the people who minted the coin itself. They'll ride the wave all the way up to where they think it's acceptable, then they'll dump their shares, having made thousands, even sometimes millions of dollars, and drop the price of the coin to near zero in the process. Everyone else's investments will be wiped out completely. But in spite of all these bad actors, the zoo is working to patent and trademark Moo Deng's likeness so that they can capture as much of the proceeds as possible. So in the end, this should be a net positive for conservation. However, there has been another troubling trend as the number of visitors to Moo Deng's exhibit have increased. People have been observed splashing water on Moo Deng and even throwing things at her to get her attention or to wake her up. Frankly, that's unconscionable. Makes me want to rip somebody's head off, to be honest. I don't think I'd be able to contain myself if I witnessed somebody doing this. I mean, what are these people thinking? And this is one of the issues I have with not necessarily zoos themselves, but people who attend zoos. My wife and I are members of the Houston Zoo. We go fairly often because of that. And last time we were there, we're sitting there looking at the meerkats when a man and his daughter, who can't be older than 3, comes up to the glass to watch as well. Totally fine, totally normal. Or at least it was, until the man started banging on the glass, hoping to get the meerkat's attention. There's even a sign on the exhibit warning against this kind of behavior, and the animals clearly did not like it, right? They were very uncomfortable. Yet he continued, even remarking that he had paid to see them and he wanted to get his money's worth. And of course, in turn, his younger daughter followed suit, beginning to bang on the glass just like she had seen him do. My wife and I were witnessing in real time a child being taught by her parent that these animals were there for her entertainment, instead of living beings who only reside in these zoos because of the disrespect we've shown their environment in the first place. That kind of thing makes me sick. But luckily, after tons of well-deserved backlash against the people engaging in this type of behavior online, and a strict 5-minute time limit on visits to the hippo enclosure, the zoo says it hasn't witnessed any of this abhorrent behavior again. Which is good, because for every loser who believes that these animals are just there for their entertainment, I truly believe that hundreds more are changed by the experiences they have in zoos and by internet phenomena like Moo Deng herself. I mean, hey, did you even know there was such a thing as a pygmy hippo before you heard about Moo Deng? I didn't. I studied biology all through high school and college. On top of that, did you know that there are less than 3,000 of them left on this planet? Probably not. And finally, do you think a person who sees Moo Deng for the first time isn't going to be moved to do something when the next thing you tell them is, yeah, if we don't do anything, all of these are going to die? The fact that Moo Deng exists at all is a credit to the caretakers at Khao Kheow Open Zoo, especially at the Pon Nundi, as well as the continued efforts of all those who are working tirelessly to maintain the populations of endangered species all over the world. And even though her popularity might be used as some cheap sales tactic by some, or seen as an opportunity for selfish entertainment by others, I believe her adorable face and indomitable spirit have done so much more to further the cause of animal conservation. And for that, we salute you, Moo Deng. You really are the people's princess. If you want to show your support for Moo Deng and other animals who need our help, you can do a couple of things for me. One is to wait for the Khao Kheow Zoo to launch an official online store and buy your Moo Deng merch directly from them so that glorious bouncy pig can get some extra food every now and then. 2 would be to check if your nearest zoo or aquarium is accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. And if so, consider becoming a member. Many of these memberships come with unlimited entry for yourself and oftentimes a guest throughout the year, as well as special event access and even discounted entry at other AZA, zoos, and aquariums around the world. You'll be supporting the animals who live there and the scientists who work there, as well as conservation efforts around the world. But thank you guys for listening. My name is Aaron Trevino. If you liked the video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Be sure to give the Khao Kheow Zoo a follow here at the @ listed, and then make sure you follow me on Instagram at Aaron C. Trevino. Anyways, that's all for this week, guys. I'll see you next time.